Well, a new Civil Beat article says if you want to hire a prostitute, do it on a Saturday.
It's a story our partners at the online news site are working on. And joining us over Skype is CivilBeat.com editor John Temple. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Okay.
What is this story about?
This is a family show, John.
Okay, look, we're looking into the extent of sex trafficking in Hawaii because human trafficking has been a big issue here. And we received essentially no cooperation from the police department. So what we did was we kept a record from the police blotter of every prostitution arrest for 12 months to determine how police are enforcing prostitution laws and what is the scope of the sex trafficking problem here. And we're going to run this series all week. But the first finding is they didn't arrest one person on prostitution charges on a Saturday. And by the way, on Sundays, they just arrested 2, and they were at the same day, same time, same place. So essentially, there's no enforcement of prostitution laws on Oahu on the weekends, and the police will not talk about their staffing schedule, but criminology experts say that it's very unusual, and they were very surprised by it, as was the Honolulu prosecutor, Keith Kaneshiro.
So, let's see. I guess the most popular day to make a prostitution arrest is middle of the week.
Believe it or not, yeah, it's the middle of the week. They seem to be working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday's the busiest day for arrests. I mean, it's indicative of how we treat prostitution here, and whether on the days that you would think that this commerce might be the busiest, actually nothing happens in the city. And we can't get an explanation as of yet, but I think you'll see over the course of the week more details emerge about how the police enforce the laws, which we think is one of our roles as journalists, is to tell people, well, we have laws, how are they enforced?
Wow, it's a very eyebrow-raising story, John. I know you're also working on another story about political candidates and their tax returns, and it was a huge issue when GOP presidential candidate Mitt Romney released his tax returns under much pressure. So what are the local candidates doing?
Well, that was fascinating because here we are with our presidential caucuses for the Republican Party tomorrow in Hawaii, and we asked all the federal candidates in Hawaii to release their tax returns the way that Mitt Romney did, because they are going to vote on tax policy.
Well, unfortunately,
guess what? Oh, sorry. They all want to be leaders, but none of them are willing. They all want to be leaders, but none of them want to actually lead the way by sharing their tax returns. So they're not willing to do it, even though they do it in other states.
And it's not required here?
It is not required. It's not a requirement of federal law, just as it was not required of Mitt Romney. But if you're going to talk about the equity of tax policy, it's nice to know how you're using the tax laws.
All right, very interesting stories there, John.
All right, politics, prostitution, you're covering it all today.
How do you like my new background for the show?
I like it.
Beautiful, we love it.
Thank you.
How's the weather?
It's kind of windy.
Thanks, John. Very astute observation.
Okay, yeah, don't take Mwani's job.
No. Okay.
All right, thanks, John, from Civil Beat. And you can find the stories that we just discussed on civilbeat.com. You never know what you're going to find there. It is 6:39. We'll be right back.